Hi everyone, this is Martin from Finance Oracle. I am here this evening again to share with you about overcoming fear. Fear has become our greatest barrier to achieving our set goals. While many dislike fear, fear is a good thing. I know this sounds very funny to you. Today I will take you around how to use fear positively. First, let's answer this question. What is fear? Fear is the emotion we experience when we see a threat to our physical well being or to our emotional well being. Fear is unpleasant, but it's healthy. Fear can lead to anxiety. Now, let's define anxiety. Anxiety is when fear response goes haywire. While people experience fear regularly, anxiety is not good to be experienced regularly. The reason is because anxiety itself is a mental disorder, whereby fear is an emotion. Why are we afraid? We are mainly afraid because we do not want to walk away from our comfort zone. People are always scared to leave their comfort zone. We have the fear of unknown. We don't know what we are going to face when we walk out. We have the fear of messing up. Maybe I'm going to do this and I will mess up. And we have the fear of looking bad. For example, ladies, maybe they want to go for a date or a party and they say, come on, maybe I'm not dressing well, I could look bad. And immediately decision change will come in because of fear and a whole lot of other fears. My intent today is to bridge the gap of what science says about fear and how we think about it and how we react about it. And by extension, how can we use fear more positively? This is my main reason, my major task today, to give you an idea and tips of how you could use fear more positively. First, where does fear comes from? I will tell you 4 elements that enhances fear and create fear. Number one is uncertainty. Now the question is this: are you sure I will succeed in this business? This is the question you ask yourself. You draw uncertainty to yourself, and immediately fear sets in, and you say, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm okay with what I'm doing today. Another one is attention. Maybe I ask a question in a class and you raise up your hand to say, yes, I'm gonna answer, and immediately everyone looks at you and you say, oh, they're all looking at me. And you become scared. And immediately uncertainty sets in because you ask yourself, are you sure I even know the question, the answer to this question? And now they are looking at me. That is fear, brought in by attention. Again, it's change. Maybe you lost your job. That's a big change in your life. And immediately fear comes. Oh, God, how can I pay the bills? How can I take care of my wife and children? How can I take care of my health? Fear comes in due to change. Next is struggle. Sometimes you think about something, also, the struggle in this is too much. I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna be difficult for me to handle this. Then you become afraid. Now I want to ask you the big question. When last did fear rob you of an opportunity to grow? I mean, this question, if I ask to everyone has become a victim, including me. But then remember what Franklin D. Roosevelt, American president, said: nothing to fear except fear itself, which means the biggest thing to fear is fear itself. Therefore, nothing to fear. But then I'm coming back to the 4 elements that enhances fear because I want us to see how we can take out the positive part of them. Number one is uncertainty. Think about this. What can I do to stop living a life full of uncertainty? Uncertainty creeps in fear, but then the question again is a reverse reaction of it. What can I do to stop living a life full of uncertainty? Okay, maybe I could get a business. I could nurture it. It's going to take 2 or 3 years. It's going to take a year, and I will start doing much very well. And I could take care of myself. Then I would not live a life of uncertainty. Next is attention. Instead of being scared of drawing attention to yourself, why can't you draw attention to yourself and use the popularity to make gains? A few years ago, we didn't know Obi Kubana in Nigeria, but immediately he came to the limelight. What happens? He used the popularity he dropped to himself to advertise his product, and he made more money than he had before. You know, I was shy to advertise my car, which I wanted to sell a few months ago. And I asked someone to advertise. He advertised it for over 4 months. He couldn't get a buyer. And I said, but I've got some popularity. I've got some network. I could actually use my network, advertise the car. Within 4 hours, I got 4 serious persons bidding for it. And 3 showed much more seriousness up to visiting. But the first guy that got there, before the other 2 arrived, paid for the car. Within 6 hours of advertising the car, it was sold. That is how much you could use popularity to change your life. Instead of being afraid, use attention to change your life instead of being afraid of attention. Next is change. In times of change, why can't I seize this opportunity to get it right? Maybe you were doing a job of $1,000. Maybe you could think of getting your CV right and some right skills, and you could do a job of $2,000. Or maybe you could get some business floated, and it could struggle for some time, and slowly you would be able to get it right, and then you could make $10,000 a month. These are not mere stories, they are true facts. Being able to use fear to generate an income and a growth for yourself. And lastly, struggle. You know, some person may look at it and say, I want a career. And he said to himself, instead of me to go and learn an auto mechanic for 2 years, why not I learn to become a barrister for 2 weeks? At least I could earn $150 and I could take care of myself immediately. But someone else choose to become a mechanic. For 2 years, he struggled to learn it, and he could earn $1,500 every month when he started working for himself. You see how much you could invest in struggle. Instead of making struggle to put fear in you, you could actually make struggle to change your life. I believe you have learned a lot today, and I believe you will be able to achieve and you'll be able to deal with fear through what you've learned today. Please, if you like what you've learned, subscribe to my channel, like, and share my video. Next, I'm going to be talking about reprogramming your mind. If you reprogram your mind, then you'll be able to live more positive life. Stay tuned and keep tab with us in our channel. Thank you. Cheers from Finance Oracle.